Hello, welcome to SVA Design. In this episode, I wanted to make the ports for the spark plugs to go through. And as you can see on your screen, I already kind of did that because this is basically it. But yeah, something went wrong with recording and some files got lost and whatever. So I just wanted to show you how I did it basically. So to start off, I can drag this blue bar to roll back all the parts that we're not using right now, and but not that far though. From about here, you can start see how I did it. So the first off, you need to make a rectangular shape with a plane that's facing in the direction where you want to sketch on. So to do that, you need to make a sketch first. And in my sketch, I made this rectangular shape at a 150-degree angle from this surface right here. And afterward, you can go to, once you make this sketch, you can go through the boss extrude. And as you can see, instead of doing it up to the sketch plane, I did it up to vertex. And the vertex I selected was this midpoint right here. And I did it in 5mm in both directions just to create a plane big enough to sketch on. So once you have this plane, you can now start making a channel for the spark plug to go through it. And in my case, that's a channel with, I believe it was a 14mm diameter. I could be wrong. Yes, a 14mm diameter with a 16mm diameter around that one, or 18mm diameter. And once you did that, just drag that thing out to about this top surface as I did. But at the same time, as you're making the sketch for this circle for the channel to go through, also make sure that you use the convert entities tool on these circles right here, just to make sure that this hole doesn't interfere with the valves or anything. Because if the hole does interfere with the valves and the valves can't completely close the chamber, there still could be some air going in or out the boards when you don't want it to go in or out the boards. So that is one thing that you have to be very sure about. Yeah, and from that point out, the next step I took was closing this part right here. So as you can see, if I drag this up one, you can see that it's still open and we want it to be completely closed. So that's what I did. So what you can do is select this surface, click on sketch, and once you did that, select this surface, click on convert entities, and then drag the whole thing down to this surface. And once you do that, you end up with something that looks a bit like this. So now it's completely closed. As you can see with the cut extrude, I took out the square that was in the center of the circle. So first I took out the square, and afterward, once the circle was left, you can also take out the circle. And then you have to make a hole for the spark plug to go through. And once you make that hole, you can start making the thread. And I made this sketch right here to make sure that the thread doesn't continue longer into the cylinder right here than it needs to be. So it's just up to the midpoint of this line right here. And the spark plug has multiple layers to it, so that's just basically what you see right here to make sure that it doesn't go in deeper than it can go. And then I basically made this camber to make it a little bit stronger. And after you did that, I made this cylinder to go around it. On this phase, the hexagon shape will fit for the spark plug. So yeah, so the next step is to make sure that it's one piece and then make a cut extrude that will dig it out even further. and now you have one complete chamber for the spark plug to go through. And as you can see, I already also started on the other side. And one thing you might notice is they're at different angles, and the reason why I did that is because the air intake ports are way big, not way bigger, but they're bigger than the exhaust ports. I have more room to store the spark plug at a higher angle, so to keep it a bit of a low profile. But because these ports are smaller in diameter and also have less space, the surface that we can work on is also smaller. So in order to get the same size spark plug in there, you have to kind of fit it at another angle. You can also see that these two circles have different sizes, so that's basically why there are different angles. Ideally we would have them at the same angle, but that's just not going to happen. And I'm basically right now doing the same thing on the other side, making sure that everything will fit. And as you can see right now, if I go back to the assembly for the cylinder head, those the spark plugs fit right in. If I change the transparency of this part, you can see that the spark plugs are right in the spot where they need to be. I think I still have to move the exhaust port up a little bit to make sure that we have enough clearance on this right here. We'll check that out later. But yeah, that's basically it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it and kind of learned something about how to do that. And I think I will do another video that goes a little bit more in depth about how to do this properly. But for now, this is about it. In the next episode, I wanted to make the actuators for the cylinder head and also try to make the fuel injectors. So that's what the next couple of episodes are going to look like. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like, subscribe, and also follow me on Twitter at SVA Design. And I'll see you guys in the next video.